Hi, today is Thursday, June 8th, 2023. Tomorrow is a Friday, and I canceled my holiday for tomorrow and delayed it to the next Friday. Tomorrow we have a video sessions where my in-house broadcasting organization will come down to Gwangju and females working and celebrating some accomplishments. But it's a light workload. And yesterday someone mentioned about tincture, and I thought always fermentation, but tincture usually I thought it was related to the potion, the medical liquid medical medicine. But let's find out what a tincture is. In Korean, tincture maybe is close to 효소 담다. You pick mulberries and pour in soju, the alcoholic beverage, and it becomes tinctures. But in Korea, we call it 효소 담다, means basically I got mulberry fermented for 6 months. So let's find out what the tincture is all about. I've never read this article before. This one is from insider.com, and I'm trying to read this article to practice English while picking up some knowledge. So it's a dual-pronged academic approach. What are weed tinctures? The complete guide on how to make a cannabis tinctures and consume them safely. Cannabis, I think S is silent. Not sure because I've never taken in cannabis. I heard a lot of about this, but that's strange. I've never read this article of cannabis. For the past 20 years, I've never focused on this correct pronunciation. Cannabis. Cannabis. It's a plant. Hemp, right? It's a hemp. 삼이죠, 삼나무. 삼배할 때 삼. Cannabis. Let's remember S is not silent. So let's go back. Where were we? This one. So what are weed tinctures and the complete guide on how to make cannabis tinctures and consume them safely. Written by Leah Tabakman, June 7th, 2021. Tinctures can be placed under the tongue, right? For an immediate high. Ooh, really? Tinctures are highly concentrated herbal extracts that are swallowed or absorbed under the tongue. CBD tinctures can reduce anxiety, treat epilepsy, and relieve pain. THC tinctures improve sleep, reduce muscle spasms, treat chemo-induced nausea, and relieve pain. Before there were pharmaceuticals, herbal medicines were widely used to treat disease and maintain health, just as in Korea. And tinctures were a common form of those herbal medicines back in the day, just like in Korea. Still, in Korea, you find the Korean traditional medicine, KMJ, I think. So you can come and have a mugwort, moxibustion, needles, acupuncture, chiropractics, and meditation and everything. In fact, they are one of the oldest preparations of medicine known to man, says Dr. Jeff Chen, the founder of the UCLA Cannabis Research Initiative and co-founder and CEO of Radical Science. Today, tinctures are a popular method for consuming cannabis products, whether for medicinal purposes like pain relief or just for a quick high. Depending on your goals, a quick high Depending on your goals, you may be looking for a CBD tincture or a THC tincture. Either way, how you take it and how you make it can have an effect on how you feel. What is tincture? Tinctures are liquid, highly concentrated herbal extracts made by soaking herbs in alcohol, vegetable glycerin, or oil. Okay, not only in alcohol, but it can be soaked in vegetable glycerin or oil. They are easy to produce and have a long shelf life, making them a convenient option for cannabis consumption, particularly for people who aren't interested in smoking. Edibles and tinctures are both ingested orally, which means they travel through the body and pass through the liver before reaching the bloodstream, causing a delayed onset of effects. Usually about 30 minutes to an hour. Yep, let's remember the expression. The delayed onset of effects. Causing a delayed onset of effects. But if you place a tincture under the tongue, it will bypass the liver and be absorbed directly into the bloodstream. Wow, I didn't know about that. Wow, really? Is that true? In contrast, when you inhale cannabis products, it enters your lung and goes directly into your bloodstream, and the effects are immediate, Chen says. Another cliche. And the effects are immediate. Not causing a delay of onset of effects. Tinctures are measured with droppers. This allows you the freedom to slowly build and customize your dose from 2.5 milligrams to 10 milligrams to 20 milligrams and so on, depending on your needs. Here, mg means milligrams. Even though it's a plural, it doesn't have s. But when you pronounce the measures, you need to pronounce it with s, like milligrams. But if it's 1 milligram, of course, it's a singular, so it's 1 milligram. How about 0.3 mg? How do you pronounce it? That's a quiz. Just give me the answer in the reply. There are multiple kinds of tinctures. Industrial hemp tinctures, THC tinctures, like a BHC, the famous chicken product like a KFC, also called CBD tinctures, are made with a high concentration of cannabidiol, aka CBD. Cannabidiol, CBD. They contain less than 0.3% tetrahydrocannabinol, aka THC. So they are unlikely to give you the feeling of being high. These are federally legal. Yeah, let's remember this sentence. These are federally legal. THC tinctures contain more than 0.3% THC, with a point of providing psychoactive effects, like a psilocybin, psychoactive effects. These are legal in some states, but not all. Okay, another good expression. These are legal in some states, but not all. These are legal in some states, but not legal. These are legal in some states, but not all. These are legal in some states, but not legal. Yeah, these are federally legal. Depending on how much of the main ingredients are present, The stronger the edible or tincture will be, says Dr. Jordan Talley, the chief medical advisor at Sparrow CBD. How to make a tincture? Before making a tincture, familiarize yourself with the law. Industrial hemp, a cannabis plant with less than 0.3% THC, is legal in the U.S., but cannabis with higher levels of THC is federally illegal and can be used only in certain states. Check your local laws before obtaining cannabis and use it at your own discretion. To make a tincture, you will need a herb grinder, an oven, cannabis flower, food-grade alcohol, ethanol, food-grade alcohol, ethanol, a filter, a jar with a tight-fitting lid, a medicine dropper. Oh, so that is called the dropper. The portion, the medical portion is inserted under your tongue or into your nostrils, and you use the medical droppers, not chemical dropper that you use in the laboratory. A jar with a tight-fitting lid, a filter, a food-grade alcohol. Those are good expressions, man. An herb grinder, an oven, cannabis flower, food-grade alcohol, a medicine dropper, a jar with a tight-fitting lid, How to make a tincture? Grind the cannabis using a grinder. Decarboxylate the flower by heating it in an oven at 220 degrees for 1 hour. Decarboxylate. Soak the ground decarboxylated flour in food-grade alcohol, 3 to 5 parts alcohol to 1 part flour, in a jar with a tight-fitting lid. Store in a cool, dark, dry place for 2 weeks, shaking 2 or 3 times a day to mix. Filter out the flour using a coffee filter or sieve, and store the tincture in a bottle with a medicine dropper. Of course, the medicine dropper is fitted into the bottle with a tight-fitting screw type helical gear and pinion shape. 6. Store in a cool, dry place and shake before using. So here we learned that in a food-grade alcohol, decarboxylate, grind the cannabis using a grinder. Note, decarboxylation is the process of heating cannabis to activate cannabinoids, including THC. I see. So decarboxylation is the process of heating cannabis to activate cannabinoids, including THC. How to use a tincture? Cannabis tinctures are dosed using a dropper and can be taken sublingually, absorbed underneath the tongue, or mixed into foods or drinks. Here, foods is a plural. Sometimes it is a singular. When it's a singular, it's more like abstract food, like a food industry. Or man cannot live without food. But foods is a specific foods like hamburgers, hot dogs, rice, bread, cookies, blueberries, pork, and so on. So foods and drinks. Your absorption of the cannabinoids will differ if you are ingesting the tincture by itself versus mixed into food, Chen says. Generally, you will absorb more cannabinoids if you are adding it to food or if you have recently eaten. Because there are no established guidelines for dosing cannabis, Chen says Chen says to consult with your doctor and start with a low dose. Yeah, dosing cannabis. To dose cannabis, right? To dose cannabis, you just divide the cannabis into smaller portion and give guideline to have that sublingually absorbed for a certain amount of cannabis tincture per dosage. The Canadian medical cannabis company Tilray recommends starting with a 2.5 milligram dose and then slowly increasing until you feel the desired effect. If you start to feel uncomfortable side effects like paranoia, you may have taken too much and should use a lower dose going forward. From then on, another expression would be from then on, right? But going forward, sometimes they say fast forward. Research suggests cannabis tinctures can help with a variety of medical conditions depending on whether it's a CBD or THC tincture. Benefits of THC tinctures: relieve pain, reduce nausea associated with chemotherapy, reduce muscle spasms in paraplegics and people with MS. What is MS? Improve sleep. Paraplegics, right? Paraplegics means your limbs, legs, your arms and legs don't move. They are more like a fluid. They are more like a plant. You have no control over your legs and arms, limbs. Yeah, sometimes you say a dick, a man's dick is also part of limb. I'm not sure about that. Paraplegics. Benefits of CBD tinctures: relieve pain, treat epilepsy, right? Epilepsy. 간질병. You just pass out and shake your body a lot and you become unconscious for 10 minutes or 20 minutes and then you wake up and you feel very tired with the foams around your mouth, dribbling, the saliva dribbling. Reduce anxiety. Inside the takeaway, tinctures are a popular way of consuming cannabis and can be made at home with just a few ingredients. When using a cannabis tincture, start with a small amount and slowly build up your dose to avoid uncomfortable side effects like anxiety, paranoia, and increased heart rate. Yeah, increased heart rate is the problem. Leah Tabakman is a freelance journalist covering health and science topics for Insider.com. She can be found on Twitter at Leah Tabakman. Thanks, Leah. Your article was very succinct and it fits well with Korean mentality and psychology. We always like a summarized article, and yours is quite informational and quite readable. Thanks one more time to you and Insider.com. Hey folks, before I go to work, I would like to go over the expressions that I learned from this article. Paraplegics, tinctures, a medical dropper, a jar with a tight-fitting lid, a grind with a grinder, and what else? Tincture store, shake before use, sublingually used, drops underneath the tongue, sublingually. Effects with instant effects. The effects are immediate, or it can cause a delayed onset of effects. And what else? What else I learned from this expression? Cannabis is not cannabis. 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 Hemp, basically it's a hemp. CBD, THC, right, is cited. Paranoia, nausea, paraplegics, spasms in the muscles. Okay, let me see if I forgot something else. Tinctures were coming from the research from CBD. There's chances to consult with a medical doctor, freely build up, migraine, industrial. Food grade alcohol, and foods, right? Overgrind canopy, a jar with a tight fitting laid medical soak. Yeah, there was something here. Decarboxylation. Filter out. Dose in cannabis. Dosage, right? Dosage mixed into food. Well, that's it. I have to go to work on foot. For 15 minutes, I will walk. That's 4 kilometers. Yeah, every day I walk to and back from work on foot. That's good exercise. Still, I have a tummy is bulging, so I guess it just you need to work on your diet more. But leg-wise, I have very strong legs and stamina and everything, man. I recommend walking.